hot in here. Let's see. See if we can get a better view here. It's kind of hard with this tripod though. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and ask them. I'm basically just a little bored, I guess, so I decided to make this live session and answer some questions that you guys may have or some doubts. So yeah, just go ahead and ask me anything. I'll be glad to help you out. I'm just gonna warm up here a little bit and, you know, get the juices flowing. Awesome, man. I hope that any video that I put out there helps you guys understand this technique as far as like double bass, like, you know, the ankle technique or this double stroke thing. So yeah, appreciate that. MLC, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And if you have any other questions, like if I didn't go through anything in the video, just go ahead and ask away. Because sometimes, you know, you have information and sometimes you forget to add something and then you're like, oh man, I forgot something that maybe will help out somebody else. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this, you know. How do you start and prep the ankle technique? How to start it? You can see if you can see that here. Just go a little bit lower. Let me give you a little better angle view, because this tripod is a little annoying. Let me just try another view here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Okay, I think we have a decent angle here. Let me turn on the lights. Okay, I think we have a better angle here. So, how to start? Let's go step by step. So pretty much, to start the ankle technique, you can even take your feet off the pedals. And in the floor, or on the floor, sorry, you're going to rest your feet here. Having a little hard time seeing the camera. You're going to rest your foot on the floor, and you can start by raising your leg, making sure your thighs, show here, your hip flexor muscles, your hamstrings down here, and your whole leg is relaxed. Like, don't squeeze. Like, don't squeeze your leg. You have to have it really loose, to the point you can do anything with your ankle. And by having your foot in the air, you're going to start making this movement. Okay? And the same principle goes to the pedal. Like this. Even though my leg is going up and down, I'm focusing on the ankle. See? Same thing. The only difference is that when you push like down and you make the beater go into the head, you have to have a steady ankle movement here on the footboard. So to start it, you just raise your heel, not too high, not too low, just a little bit, like to a middle point. And then to get the first stroke, you just go ahead and do this. You just drop it, okay? You lift your heel and drop it. You don't have to start like fighting with the footboard, like, oh, I can't, let me push, No, 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 no. You have to understand the principle first before you start pushing. Forget about speed, forget about strength tension, forget about footboard height, beater angle. That comes afterwards. So then again, when you understand this, you just relax your leg even more. Like, remember, do not add any stress to your leg. The ankle, the balls of your feet and your toes are the ones that are going to have the motion going. Like, don't do anything up here. Just feel relaxed. I know it's a lot of information, but it's easier than it looks. You know, it's something that you internally feel. You just, like, I'm not even making a lot of effort. I'm just like going with the pedals inertia. Like, I'm not even trying that hard. Like, I'm really trying to like not add any force at all, but it comes naturally. Same with the left foot. You know? Same thing. It's kind of hard for you guys to see, but it's the same thing. Same thing. Just try to like bounce it. It's a little hard like from this angle, so I can get like a better balance point, but yeah, then again, just like sit on the pedals, raise your heels a little bit, and then get the ankle movement going on. Like, don't go crazy, just like try to relax and let the motion happen. Like, don't go like this. A lot of people do that, and even myself just felt a muscle that was gonna like pull here. Like, you don't have to like, let me try. No, 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 no. Relax always. Just like let it happen. And that's basically it, man. Like, there's nothing else more than that. I hope that explains a little bit better how this works. When I get it going, I always have trouble around 30-second time and regain momentum through the rest of the minute. Okay, that's normal. Remember, the more you train, the more your muscles gets used to the motion. It's not gonna happen overnight. If you play like for short periods of time, like, oh, let me just go ahead and play 15 seconds of the ankle motion and stop, and then aim again for another 15-second run. That will give you more gain and endurance than just sitting there and fighting against your body and the pedal, trying to hold steady or not like lose control. So it's better that you just sit down, let's say with the right foot. You start like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? You stop. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. And when you train that and you give it a little space and you give it a little breath, your muscles will thank you. And then when you feel that you warmed up a little bit more and you feel that you're, like, it's a sensation where your muscles tell you, okay, I'm warmed up, I'm ready, let's try to aim for 20 seconds, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Stop. Then you do it again. It's an endurance process that throughout that ladder, you can build that steady pace without like feeling you're losing control. And it cycles every 30 seconds. How do I get past that? What I just said. Let me know if you are hearing the information, because I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely normal, man. Like, this is not something that happens overnight. I've been practicing for years, and this is something that worked for me, but maybe the approach might be different for you. But it helps, if you let your muscles breathe, it will be better on the long run for sure, man. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. That's pretty much it. Like, the key to this, to play for longer periods of time without feeling that you're going to lose control, is relaxing. I know it's hard because it's a mindset thing. Like, if you think, oh, I'm gonna fail, oh, this is like the 30-second run where I lose control. Like, if you tell that to your body, the communication between your muscles and your brain are going to collapse. So it's a confidence thing too. Like, you just sit down with a steady mind and you're like, okay, let me just put the timer and just count 20 seconds. You just sit there and you just disconnect yourself. Like, you just forget about anything and just like, okay, let me see what my body is telling me. Like, when you do that, you build the bond, and it's going to be way easier for you to do this without stressing or losing control. When I get distracted, okay, yeah, that's normal. You can close your eyes if you want. Like, really, you can close your eyes and just disconnect yourself to the point that it's on its own. Like, I can do this forever if I wanted to. But the signals that I'm sending from my brain into my muscles is that, okay, this is a relaxed motion, I got this. I have the principles, I understand the motion, I know what to do, my pedal settings don't make me feel that I'm fighting against the pedal. Like, my spring tension is fine, my angle from the beaters are fine, the footboard height is not too high or too low. When you have all this together and you just have a positive attitude, you just sit down and it's like you're studying or you're trying to learn something, but you really have to be positive. Like, you can't start thinking that you're approaching like the barrier where you're going to fail. like, don't do that, because it really works your mind and it gets you to a mindset that you think that you cannot pass that barrier. So just do that and train your body, mind, and muscles, and eventually at some point you're going to feel that you're struggling less as you continue. Not to think of the stop. Oh yeah. It happened to me too. Like, if I say, let me go ahead and, I don't know, play 185 BPMs for like 5 minutes, and I just set the timer, and I'm like, okay, let me just play, because 5 minutes of double bass really feels like forever. So sometimes you just peek an eye and you look at the timer and you're like, oh, I'm close. And when you're close, you might fail. Like, you might fail to the point that, oh, I didn't get to that 5 minute mark. I got to 4 minutes and 50 seconds, for example. You're like, fuck, I have to do this again. You know, I've been there many times, and trust me, you just have to disconnect yourself to the point that you're just playing and playing and playing. And then you're like, okay, a certain time passed by. Let me check the timer, and you're like 7 minutes on the run already. You're like, wow, that didn't feel as hard. So that's how you overcome things. You just have to basically disconnect totally from anything that is not adding to your practice session, or anything that doesn't have to be in your practice room. Like, if you have a door and you have a space, that is like I would say like a temple, you know, where you have to relax. You don't need any other distractions, or you don't need anything to throw you out your practice session. So just try to do that and take advantage of your practice time. Like, if you have 45 minutes to practice, do that. You know, if you have 10 minutes to practice, focus on those 10 minutes and get the best out of it. You know, that's how you progress in anything, basically. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. If you have any other further questions, just go ahead and ask. I know how it's like, and trust me, then again, I've been there so many times, to the time that I had to take a long break from drums, and then I'm like, I can't stop doing this. Like, this really gives me like a meaning, you know, to what I do, how I feel. You know, it helped me through difficult moments and times as well. So why not keep doing that, you know? And everybody in life, I think, has to go through obstacles to reach what they want. So that's all I can say, basically. And you're welcome, man. Thank you for joining in. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me try to read this better. You're in the beginner and advanced ankle group in Facebook too, but just my page. Oh, I remember. Tambolero. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I remember your username. Yeah, I posted a few videos. I think I posted like 3 of them, which are the ones that I have on the channel. And yeah, just sharing information, you know. I don't consider myself like I mean, not advanced, but like I'm an okay ankle motion double bass player, you know. I still have my ups and downs every now and then. Sometimes I can't even play that accurately. So yeah, I just, you know, keep practicing and share the information or the things that help me out. So yeah, man, I really appreciate it saying that this helped you, which is my main goal, honestly, because I know the struggle, I know the pain, I know the frustration. It's crazy, but when you believe in something, like, if anybody else can do it, why can't you do it? You know what I mean? Like, it's not reinventing the wheel. Like, everybody should be able to do this, but a lot of people either don't have the time, don't feel motivated, then honestly, discipline will take you places that motivation can't. So if you still discipline to your practice session, to your timing, like, take advantage of that and then do other things in life, which obviously you have to do. But it doesn't matter if you practice for 5 minutes, if you practice like the part where you were having a hard time, that's it. That's the best practice that you can have throughout the whole day. You don't have to spend hours trying to figure out something without knowing where to start. It's like you're going to go in a loop where you're going to feel lost and you're going to feel like, oh, I don't know where to start. I have all this information, but I can't like transfer that to the pedals, So that's why, settings and practice sessions and whatever you do for your own benefit, it's like a personal matter because not everybody has the same approach or has the same time. But, besides all this talking, just believe in you, Sit down, relax, get the information that you have gathered and try to apply it patiently because you have to have a lot of patience as well. Like, honestly, if we had like a magic button to make things happen, we would have just used it, but it's not like that. There's no shortcut. Even playing like the double stroke technique, which a lot of people say, oh, it's cheating, but it's easier, anybody can do it. And you're like, yeah, anybody can do it, but can they do it permanently? Like, you may get away with it like in the moment, but it's not easy. You still have to apply the motion. You have to make that pedal do the work. Like, if you don't do that, I'm not using triggers. Like, this is pure acoustic sound from the pad of the electric kit. Like, I can make it as loud as I want, and still you're gonna get people saying, oh, it's cheating. Well, that's on you. But like, there's a lot of things that may throw you off and may not give you the confidence you need to keep going. So believe in you, do your thing, and just forget the rest, and you're gonna have good results. I assure you that. Yeah, that's the way it is, man. Ooh, some kids on the background. Sorry about that. Yeah, man, thank you. That's why I don't even have like the equipment to plug in the drums into the phone, so that's why I just like, fuck it, let me just put the live option and just sit here and explain what anybody can do, no matter your stage. Eventually you're going to progress, but this is not magic. Like, this is not fake, or I'm not trying to sell you a dream. I see some comments like in social media and some platforms, and I'm like, okay, whatever floats your boat, let me just continue practicing, you know what I mean? And that's what matters. Just take the positive information, apply it to your practice session, and just do you. And I assure you, you're gonna get out that hole that you're in at the moment. Yeah, man. Thank you. Any other thing that you would like to add? Anything that I haven't said? Just let me know. I know that the internet might be a little slow, but I think I'm getting all your questions. So yeah. Feel a little cold still. Oh, it seems my girlfriend wants to take the dog out, so if you don't have any other questions, man, I'll be back later on. So stay tuned and thank you so much for tuning in again, okay? Talk to you later. Cheers.